Former player for Kenya Harlequins since 1979 at the age of just 17. Schooled in Manchester, where he also played before returning to Kenya. He got a job in Nakuru and still wanted to play rugby, and that is how he formed Nakuru RFC, current Kenya Cup and Enterprise Cup champions. Kenya Harlequins, one of the oldest clubs in Kenyan rugby. It is still one of the clubs that top players would like to play for in Kenya.
Kenya Harlequins have some of the better structures in terms of player development, and I'm currently working with a committee to establish the academy, which I think Kenya Harlequins did start out with an academy 2 or 3 years ago. Then it fell by the wayside because of lack of sponsorship. But we're now working at getting the sponsorship in place.
Times have changed since Ham left the rugby pitch as a player. Clubs are now required to take care of the players' welfare during training and match days. The former players, who are now administrators like Ham, find it difficult to adjust because of the change in treatment from back in the days.
When I played rugby, it was largely amateur. You came and you played and you went. You paid to play. I paid to become a member of Harlequins. I paid my way to games. I bought my own kit. The only thing the club gave you was the shirt and the water at halftime, and probably a crate of booze thereafter.
Legends are not really appreciated, and all they need, according to Ham, is recognition. The Kenya Rugby Union had an initiative called the Mzalendo Award back in the days, an award that appreciated contribution that the legends had to the game in Kenya.
This award seems to have been overtaken, whether by events deliberately or, I don't know, a desire to rewrite history, something that we see very prevalent currently. But I think if they reintroduce this, it would be the way to appreciate your legend. He doesn't want much. He just wants to be recognized that, yes, I did play my part back in the day.
He comes from a rugby-playing family, with his brother Jesse Osando, who played for Nairobi School in 1971, then Joe Osando joined in 1973, before Ham also got involved in 1979.
We all ended up at Kenya Harlequins, obviously at different times, and we continued getting involved with Kenya Harlequins. Jesse was the treasurer for very many years as well as a player. Joe, I think, is still on history as the longest serving Kenya Harlequins chairman. And I've been chairman, the coach, player, and just a general nuisance at Queens throughout, and continue to be so.
Mwamba had great players, and despite his 6'6" in height and 110 kilograms, they did not see the need for his second row services. He had to move on to find an accommodating club.
I went to Queens to try my luck over there. No, I actually went to Nondi's, tried my luck over there. It was a little bit off color. I then went to Queens. It was interesting. I got a very good welcome. They bought me a pair of boots and they put me in the team, so I never looked back.
In 1996, Osando was appointed the coach of the Kenya Sevens after leading Kenya Harlequins to a Kenya Cup and Enterprise Cup double. It was a new experience by virtue of the coach being the one to assemble the team and to do all the logistics before a tournament.
Fortunately for me, I got a team manager in the name of Dave Mshila, who actually took it upon himself to take the administrative part away from the coach. So I was in a scenario where players turned up for training because Dave made sure they turned up for training. We, I think, performed better than most teams at that time, or up to that time had performed, basically because of that.
The good thing was that there were many tournaments to be played. Ham led the team in 2 tournaments in Scotland, then the Safari Sevens, and then the World Cup qualifiers. The treatment of the Sevens team was better than the 15s team, as Ham narrates.
For the 15s, it was more or less... oh, Ham, by the way, could you get a 15-side together as well? You know, they've got to play this guy. And we quickly got together. I think Max was not busy at the time. You know, hey, Max, why don't you come and coach this side, you know?
Outside rugby circles, Osando is a food safety consultant. Basically, training food handlers on the safest way to handle food is his job.